Hey, what's going on, everybody? Today I'm going to be going over how I nailed my first cold email campaign. So, as you can see here, this is the first campaign that we've ran, 674 leads contacted with a reply rate of 2.23%, 15 replies, and 2 positive replies. So, a 13% positive reply rate, which is very strong for our first campaign. We will definitely be doubling down on this. These are going to be two calls that we were able, qualified calls that we were able to actually book in for a meeting on our calendar. How we actually did so. So just jumping right into it, number one when it comes to cold email is going to be deliverability. Fixing your deliverability first so volume actually lands. You don't want to be sending thousands and thousands of emails and your emails are just going to spam. You're just wasting time, you're wasting money. So inbox placement plus stable sending so you can actually scale without burning domains. Separate assets as well, 1 to 2 root domains for credibility plus multiple sending domains. If you burn domains, you don't have any backup domains, then you're going to have to wait another 14 days for everything to warm up again. And those 14 days are days that you're losing out on money. Now, maintaining list hygiene, making sure these emails are verified, they're actually valid emails, so you're not wasting domains sending emails to emails that don't even exist. Now, if possible, you want to be able to rotate domains as well, avoiding catch all. If deliverability is off, I can't stress this enough. Like I said, targeting and copying does not matter. You're just paying to hit spam. Now, number two is actually nailing your targeting, making sure that you're reaching out to the right person in the right moment. So your goal is to only email people who can actually buy, who need what you're offering and are likely to act. So firstly, you want to define your ICP as far as the industry that you want to contact, the company size, etc. Now, most importantly, you want to make sure that you're reaching out to the decision maker. So founders, CEOs, owners, head of sales, marketing director, depending on the niche that you're actually targeting. Reason being is we don't want to hop on the call with someone who doesn't have decision making power and then they have to go ask their founder, they have to go ask their CEO. So when you're first starting off, you don't want to be reaching out to companies that have thousands and thousands of employees, because the chances that you actually connect with the founder, with the CEO, with the owner is going to be very unlikely. Now, you want to be able to define intent signals as well as far as hiring, funding, new locations, etc. Building exclusions, so students, competitors, agency budgets, etc. Now, personalization, very crucial here as well. The niche, the offer, tools that they use. You want to make sure this is very personalized. These companies get multiple emails daily, so you want to stand out. You want to separate yourself. Now, as far as targeting, who exactly is most likely going to say yes this month? You're going to have to do some research as to what niche that you're actually targeting, making sure that this industry, who you're targeting, is actually going to say yes. Otherwise, you're just wasting your time. Now, number three is going to be nailing your offer, right? If your offer is terrible, then your deliverability and your targeting does not matter. So when it comes to the offer, you want clear outcome. You want to make sure that it's very clear what you're offering, how you can help. So the goal is to make it instantly obvious why they should talk to you. So you want to outcome based, right? Booking demos, lead gen, marketing help. Specific mechanisms as far as cold emailing, reply handling, plus booking is clearer than outbound. Now, risk reversal, pilot, pay per meeting, performance milestones. You want to make your offer so good that it's almost irresistible, right? That it just doesn't make sense for them to say no. Pay per meeting, performance. For these types of offers, they're not paying you anything up front. Pilot is what we went with for our first campaign, which was very successful for us. Now, qualification, right? Who it's for, who it's not for. Makes you sound premium and reduce bad calls. You don't want to be hopping on calls, wasting your time, wasting the other people's time, and they're not qualified. You can't even help them out. What you have is something they're not even looking for. So we want to make sure that they're actually qualified, that they fit within our ICP. Now, proof, you always want to add a case study, numbers, or just a simple here's what we do, why it works. Now, as far as a case study, first starting off, not mandatory. This first campaign we ran, we didn't have a case study, and we're still able to deliver a solid results. Now, great offer equals specific results for a specific person via a specific system. So you want to nail your copy plus CTA. So get replies, not impressions. The goal is to start conversations with qualified prospects, right? One idea per email. You want to make it short. You want to make it very human. You don't want it to come off as spammy or, like they're talking like it's a robot. Now, as far as the hook, why them, the niche plus the signal. So make sure you do some research there. Value. You want to make this very simple, very straight to the point. Just one sentence. What you actually help with, how you could benefit them. Proof of credibility, small and believable. People only are going to work with you if you are credible, if they can trust you. Now, CTA, low friction as well. Just opening to see 2 to 3 examples, worth a quick call. Worth a quick call is what we use, and we found that to be very beneficial. So copy should feel relevant, should feel helpful, and very easy to respond. You guys got to keep in mind, these are business owners. These people do not have time to be sitting through and reading a whole entire paragraph of an email. That's why you want to make it very short, very simple, very straight to the point. Now, you want to nail your market as well, right? Pick the pawn that you can actually win in. Choose a market where outbound converts fast and retention is good. You want to be able to continuously scale with whatever market that you decide to go in. Now, a good market has pain plus urgency. They're actively trying to solve a problem now, and you are able to actually help them solve that problem. Budget. They can pay without weeks of convincing, right? If you're going into a market and they don't have the budget, you're just wasting your time. Clear buyer. I can't stress this enough. Like I said, you want to make sure that you're talking to the decision maker, right? Therefore, when we're first starting out, we're not reaching out to companies with thousands and thousands of employees. We want the decision maker, the owner, the founder, someone who can actually give us an answer and actually make the decision. Short time to value, just ensuring that you can produce a win quickly. You could get them results fast. Repeatable demand, lots of similar companies with the same pain. Low saturation, weak competitors, not everyone is pitching them the same way. You want to really separate yourself. You want to stand out. Good unit economics, you can deliver profitability and keep clients. You're able to maintain the work that you're doing for them. You're able to deliver profitability and, most importantly, like I said, actually maintain that. So how to validate a market fast. So can you pull 5,000 to 20,000 similar leads easily? Right? We don't want to go into a dead market where the leads are hard to find. There's not many leads to actually reach out to. Do you see obvious intent signals weekly? Job posts, ads, new location, funding. Are there existing players charging 3 to 10K for what you actually do? Right? Meaning the budget actually exists. The proof of concept is there. Do prospects understand the problem without education? Right? And our replies coming from decision makers. Once again, very crucial. You want to be reaching out to the decision makers. Now, if the marketing is wrong, you'll optimize forever and you'll still struggle. You can have the best targeting, the best deliverability, the best offer, but if you're going into the wrong market that does not have enough leads, that does not have the budget, you're not going to see any results. So this is how our first campaign went. We will definitely be doubling down on this, but I hope that helped.